G'day, g'day. Welcome to Goldson's Gold Making Weekly Recap, The War Within, Episode 5. So, in the last week, I'm up 2,130,338 gold. My total gold earned since the launch of the War Within expansion is currently 0. I have recorded 376 hours of in-game time, which means, on average, I have lost 18.5k per hour. I worked out that time walking wasn't as good as I hoped. I managed to sell crafted items using bulk concentration and admittedly bought more blastomites. Yes, I'm gambling again. And I spent some gold on some WoW tokens. But all in all, I had a pretty full-on week as usual. Stay tuned for a more in-depth review on how I track my gold and how I spent my time in the game after the intro. G'day truth seekers and confused admirers, Goldson here, showing you a different mindset regarding virtual wealth creation. By setting goals, minimizing the distractions, the power of being focused and consistent. My goal for the War Within is to obtain 100 million gold. Join me on my adventure where I can impart knowledge and important life lessons that has made me the person who I am today. Alright, sick! Alright, welcome back to the weekly recap. Episode 5. We're going to quickly go through what we did. It wasn't an exciteful week in my opinion, but we did manage to achieve a fair bit. Let's have a look at what we crafted. So what I crafted in the last week, we got some enchants here. We got weapon enchant, council's guile, did 10 of them using my I've only got 4 enchanters doing these enchants. So I do want more, but I'm not really prioritizing them at the moment. I'm focusing more on the alchemists and tailors. So I did some chest enchants there, crystalline radiance. I did 8 of them. I had a slip up and I crafted 1 dawn thread lining by mistake at rank 3. Oops. They're not as profitable as the spell threads, which is where I made most of the revenue this week. And you can see here I've made 314 daybreak spell threads. Rank 3 using the concentration, bulk concentration. The daybreak ones are is the leg enchant that gives intellect and the 4% or 4 or 5% mana, which is pretty much a requirement for any healer really. They want to prioritize that mana pool, especially if they're raiding. But I think that's going to be a good seller for a while. See how long it goes. Definitely know that these daybreak spell threads are more profitable than the sunset spell threads, which is pretty much the exact same, but they just give stamina instead of mana. So this is more DPS. So I did some last minute enchant tool, Algari Ingenuity, did 6 of them. I just wanted to get some out. I really need to stockpile a few of these for my alt army because I'm gonna need like a lot, over 180 of them, I guess, eventually. But as the price comes down, I guess it might be better just to buy them cheap. But the longer I wait, the cheaper price I'm going to get, right? Alright, so I did have a speculation moment. I bought more blasphemite. Crazy, I know, right? What am I doing? Well, I got to admit, like, I'm a bit of a gambler. I got it from my mum's side. And every time I see something, I just want to gamble on it and see if I can make money on it. And as you know, I bought a bunch of these couple of weeks back for like 600, I think it was 600 gold or 600 gold, and now they're like 100. I bought them for a bunch more. I spent 1.1 million, but before I spent 2 million. So in total, I've got like 3 million gold worth of blasphemite. So I don't know, some part of me is just like hoping they're going to use it for a future update. Like say, like my speculation, because it is speculation, that is the whole gambling thing of it, is that when they bring out the new Dracothus transmute, it's going to require a blasphemite. Might make some sense, and it definitely, if they did do something like that, it definitely. It kind of makes sense to me, like not implementing the blasphemites at launch because people are slow to like level up thaumaturgy, and they probably wouldn't. But like after like the first season, more people would have it leveled up, and so then it makes better sense to then drop the recipes like that require blasphemites. So imagine if blasphemites were 40k, 20k, from launch until like now, people would be like, fuck man, we're getting on the blasphemite train. But I don't know, this is my speculation. So I don't know how much I'm going to buy of this. if it keeps getting cheaper and cheaper than 171 gold, then I'll probably buy a bit more. I don't know. I'll talk about it a bit more in the proof of gold section, so you can just go and, or you're gonna watch until then, and we'll talk about it a bit more later. But just so you know. Alrighty. So goal review. Let's review the goals from the previous week. What did we set out to achieve? All right. So it says. The first one was complete one Burning Crusade time walking dungeon, each on 120 toons. I started doing that. And then I realized the experience you get from killing the mobs in the dungeon weren't scaled properly. So like we're doing the dungeons, but like I was getting like 40, 100 experience when I should have been getting like, 15 times more than that. So, and I was like, this is going to take forever because normally, and I was rested because before, like in Dragonflight, time walking was the fastest leveling dungeons. That's why I prioritized this whole week to do time walking, but it's not getting the right scaling. But apparently in the next patch content update, they're going to put in something like level scaling for the time walking. It's like coalesces. It coincides with the 20th anniversary time walking classic event. So who knows when that event comes out? I might just flat out, if the experience is good, it makes total sense for me to just do time walking dungeons the whole week. But apparently those classic time walking goes until January. So who the fuck knows? Like, am I just gonna level casually through time walking classic dungeons? That would be pretty sick. Like I'll do Van Cleef again. Let's go. But anyway, so that's a big cross for that one. I obtain more knowledge points via patron orders. Yep, that's a weekly thing. Craft something profitable using spare concentration. Yep, that's a weekly thing too. So tick, tick, tick. And I put in collect as many time warp badges as possible. Well, I did complete a few. I probably got like 8,000, nearly 10,000. Then I just gave up. I was like, nah, this ain't worth the time. So I didn't bother about that. But really, I looked at the vendor from the time warp badges. I don't really want anything from there. So I don't know why I bothered time. Because I didn't look at the vendor, I didn't really know what was on there. So I thought I might as well, it's better to have something like a currency. And then like later on, if you want to spend it for something, you can buy pets and crap like that, but like I can't be fucking with all that shit. It's not my style, man. But let's talk about, well, we got extra activities coming up next here. And I'll just a quick side note. Tomorrow is going to be the first video, I guess, for my first week in weight loss, my weight loss journey over on X. And I'm going to copy this format, but just obviously with a different title and different steps, but like I like this format, presentation style. But yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. Extra activities. All right, so I bought 8 WoW tokens for Blizzard Balance, spending 1.5 million gold. So I'm buying WoW tokens because you might not know, all my 92 characters, my Tailor Alchemists, I want them to become cool Tyrian pirates for the +2 profession skill. And mainly, it might not seem worth it, like financially, to do it. I think I worked out I need spend like 1,000 Australian dollars in Blizzard Balance to do it, because before in Dragonflight, I didn't really care about like the racials, but now that the racials are becoming more of a thing, it kind of makes sense to like swap all my alts, my 92 alts, to cool Tyrian, so I get some added benefit. It might not benefit me now, but like if I go into Midnight with those alts, and then the last Titan with those alts, they're already going to be cool Tyrian. So to me, it's kind of like an investment. I might just buy a WoW token every 2 days, just buy one and then convert it to Blizzard Balance. And then when I get enough Blizzard Balance, because at the moment it costs $108 Australian for 6 character things. So I'm pretty sure I need to write down a list of how many race changes I need to do, and then I sort of work out how much I need to spend. But yeah, that's what my plan is. It might take a few months to do it, but I'm just going to chip away at it slowly. Yeah, it is what it is. I'd rather, because I'm investing with my alts, like I'm not really, most people just go, oh fuck that, I'll just make a new alt. To me, that's kind of like sacking someone and then getting someone else in cheaper to do the same job, which is the more financial mindset, like current mindset of people making decisions in the real world. But whereas I look at it and goes, well, maybe I upskill my employees instead of just fucking getting rid of them. Like, there's, I'm investing in them, and if the employee knows that I'm investing in them, they're more likely to like look after you. You scratch his back, they scratch yours. Such a similar approach to in the game, and plus, I don't want to give up all my because I've got knowledge points and that on Dragonflight, tailoring, and now in the War Within. So I don't want to give up all that progress, just to save a bit of, bit of coin. Really, I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into my characters, same as like my employees. Like that's the way I think about it. So I don't really want to, fuck them over essentially. But anyway, moving on. Okay, I started to complete the weekly World Soul quests for Kej Sparks, or like half a spark. Some gold and gear on some of my old. So I didn't realize that the World Soul weekly quest can be done on each character. So I've been picking that up, and I think last week was the Dawnbreaker. And man, that Dawnbreaker, if you ever done Dawnbreaker with pugs, man, holy moly, it's some fun times. I did like 20 dungeons, like this stuff is like, and I wasn't getting much experience. But then I watched Canada, and he streamed Canada TV. Shout out, brother, if you're watching. Probably not, but I was watching, and he was showing me, showing his audience that he was doing like the World Soul weekly. You could complete like 6 world quests or some shit like that, and then you can fly around. You can collect knowledge from the dirt piles. You get gold from completing the quest. You get cash from completing the quest. You get experience, and you get like the lock boxes for when you hit level 80. You're gonna have a bunch of like level 80 gear. And I was like, shit, that's like hitting multiple birds with one stone, and it was quicker. And I was like, shit, I'm fucking this Dawnbreaker shit off. And I'm just going to copy what he's doing. And shout out, man. That's one way to be efficient, time efficient, and getting multiple things at the same time. That's where you want to be when you're considering old armies. So yeah, that's I'm going to do that more and more. Okay, so proof of gold time. So this is the section where we go through the weekly. What do you call it? We just go through and just do the accounting, have a bit of a chin wag talk about some stuff. But yeah, so I'll cut to that now. So earlier today, Goldzon can take over for a moment, and then we'll come back to the weekly recap. All right, we're going to do the proof of gold now. So we'll mix it up a bit. We'll start with the second account first. We'll log in. All right, so we're in on the second account, and the first things first, straight into Auctionator, Altaholic. All right, and scroll down to the bottom. Just turn on Cursor Trail just so you can see stuff easier. So, all right, back into Altaholic, scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to type in how much gold we got. So we got 371,326. All right, 371,326, and we're going to write down the time played. So what do we got? 30 days, 20 hours, 10 minutes. So 30, 20, 10. So we go back to the spreadsheet. Gold per hour. Was it 30, 20, and then 10? Beautiful. Okay. We got the data on this account now. We can log out, and then we'll log into the first account, the main account. So we're logging into Goldzon. I need to switch him over to a Kultiran pirate. Might do that this week. Because I don't know, by the thumbnails, like I sort of got him as a Kultiran pirate sort of thing, wearing the black sunnies. Yeah, gotta spend a bit of BattleNet balance and get him switched over to being a Kultiran, man, for sure. All right, well, we're in now. We might as well check with the mail while we're here. Oh, we got some sales. What do we got? Just selling a bunch of stuff. Just looks like all this shit from the stuff I get from the patron orders and stuff like that. Just let's sell everything. All right, so what was that? That's 192k revenue. Not bad. All right, so let's log into Altaholic and we'll get the same thing. Shit, I'm gonna turn on Cursor Trail. Hold on. I forget to turn it on sometimes. It is helpful, I guess, if you want to look where I'm pointing the mouse. So, but not a big issue. Oh, I got more mail. What? Okay, there we go. Daybreak spell thread sold. Cool. All right, so Altaholic, scroll down to the bottom, and we'll type in how much we got. So this account's got a bit more coin on it. So we got 4,118, 4,118, 792. 792. There we go. All right, now what do we want? We want the time, the slash played. So this one is 396 days, 4 hours, 2 minutes. 396, 4 hours 2 minutes. Double check that. Yeah, 4 hours 2 minutes. Beauty. All right, so we got the time there. We've got to finish off. We got to figure out what's in our guild bank and war bank. All right, so we'll head over to the guild bank first. We'll get that one sorted. 641 482. 641 482. Double check that. Oh, notice. Boy, I can't help myself, man. I've got to buy these blasphemites, man. Look, I can definitely see me filling up this whole thing full of fucking useless blasphemites, man. Oh man, it's the same thing with dreaming essence. I'm a gambler, man. I can't help it, man. It's on the list of things to sort out, but it's at the bottom. But so just quickly, while off topic, here we got last bought 171 gold, and they're at 178 gold now. So I still reckon they're cheap as fuck. Hence why I'm buying them. Basically, fucking gambling. War bank. We'll do the war bank now. So war bank's got what? 69, 6.9 or 6958. 6958. What is it? 017. All right, so we can bring this down. This will sum it up. Looks pretty good. We'll go back to the time here. So we go across, swipe left, go to the weekly sheet, and you can see here. So we swipe down, and they'll bring in our sum. So we're at 12 million. So that looks good. We're definitely in the green. So we're in the green. We're up 2.1 mil. Not bad. Not bad. Considering I've been spending lots of shit. I bought blasphemites. I bought fucking materials. I bought like 1 million golds worth of tokens and shit like that. Oh, I spent a bit of money. This would have been 4 million, I reckon, if I didn't spend anything. But it's all right. Let's see how many hours I did. Did I do more than 89? Did I beat my record? Oh. Nope, I'm back to 68 hours. That's okay. So it wasn't as big of a week, but we managed to do a bit. And what's the gold per hour? So we managed to make 31k per hour for that last week. That's not bad. And if you take your eyes up to the top here, you can see here gold earned. We're still in the negative 6.9 million in the hole since we started, which would be from the 20th of August. So we're still down 6.9 mil. We've played 376 hours in the game since the War Within pre-patch. Or not pre-patch, early access. And so far, our gold per hour is negative 18.5k. So that means for every hour I've played, I've lost 18.5k gold. So hopefully, as you can see over time, as we progress, this gold per hour number is going to keep going up towards 0, and then it's going to go into the positive. So when it gets to the positive, that's where we're going to be cheering. Once we hit that positive gold per hour, we can then use my data here from like on average and work out how long it's going to be until we reach 100 million gold, which is pretty exciting. But I think a few more weeks, I reckon another two months at least, another 8 weeks of data, and we'll be able to calculate when that date happens, and we'll try and do a prediction. But let's head back to the weekly recap, and yeah, we'll talk more about it there. Alrighty, so we are back from the proof of gold. Thanks, earlier golds. Now we're going to be into the long-term goals. So long-term goals. So if you're unaware, or you're new to the channel, I guess, or you've just new following the journey, I want to get all my 120 toons to level 80. That's a long-term goal. Probably this one will probably be done last, but because it just takes more time. We've got 92 tailors and alchemists. I get 310 knowledge points on each of my tailors, which is basically a full build. So I'm going to have an army of mains, essentially. Full tools, rare tools, probably two different types of tools. I'll probably get like a multi-craft resourcefulness and then a multi-craft ingenuity. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Same with the alchemists. I'm going to have 230 knowledge points on each. This is just the long-term goals. I'll probably, because the way that the mission tables, it's like mission tables, but the way the patron orders are, they're kind of like the new mission tables, like with the rewards and the stuff you get. It kind of really feels like a mission table. So I don't know, like if I get to 310 knowledge points, 230 knowledge points, right? Do I just stop or do I keep going? I don't know. Because if it is profitable to keep going, I don't know. Who knows where the patron orders are going to go? Like, I'm just thinking, like, if we keep maxing it out and then my tailors can end up doing gear crafts, maybe they got patron orders that are more rewarding in the future. I got no idea. We'll get to that stage when we get there, but this is the long-term goal. But the big goal for the War Within is earn 100 million gold. So far, we're not even broken even yet. We're still investing. We're still putting in time and effort and setting up army, I guess. But let's look at the progression towards those goals. So that's coming up in here now. All right. So the progression. I had a little bit of a typo last week. You probably wouldn't remember, but it was this percentage here was a lot higher because I fucked up the calculation. So this week's a bit more accurate. So get all 120 toons to level 80. So last week I was 26% the way there. And this week I'm at 31.67%. So we're slowly chipping away. Like what's that, like 5%, 5.5%, or exactly 5.5%. So if I can get 5.5% a week and I was only half focused on leveling, we're going to get to level 80, in a couple of months at this rate, maybe 2 or 3 months. Who knows? That's the long-term goal, man. You got to think long term. Everyone thinking short term, what's happening tomorrow, what's happening next week. I'm thinking like what's happening in 6 months, 12 months, shit, 5 years from now. But when you change your mindset from short to long term, you make better decisions. That's for sure. When in life and in the game, I think. I'm a true believer to that. Okay, so knowledge point grind. So if last week we went from 42% up to, so we did like 5.5% on the knowledge points for the tailors. So we're nearly at 50% there on the tailors. And on the alchemists, we had a big 10% jump. And I'm pretty sure that's attributed to me unlocking or purchasing the knowledge books from the Artisans Consortium in Dornagal. So I'm nearly, I reckon in like 2 weeks time, I would have enough artisan security to have purchased all of the knowledge books. So I'll have all the knowledge points. I'll have the, Well, we'll talk about that in a sec. I'll skip to that. We'll talk about that more in a sec. Because there was one guy who commented, and sorry, I did recognize your comment and your name. And you're wondering about how the fuck are you getting all these knowledge points? And I'll quickly talk about that right after this. We'll just slip it in here, eh? Oh, and 0% 100 million gold. We're not even started yet. We're firing up the oven. Preheat. Okay. Well, before new goals, we'll have a look at the knowledge point thing. Okay. So this is my alt profession knowledge tracker spreadsheet, and you can see here on the right hand side, like every weekly recap, I write down my progress in percentage terms. In total, I'm at 50%, so I'm just past halfway. What's it been like? Like a month. So in 5 weeks I've hit 50%. So but we're experiencing diminishing returns now. So if we're at 50% now, and we've got most of the big ticket knowledge points. So just so you know, I've got the treasures first, and then I got the first time crafts. I got the Kej knowledge books. I've got the renown knowledge books. I've nearly got all of the artisan security knowledge books, and plus all the knowledge books, all the knowledge points from the patron orders. I haven't done the Algari treatises on any of my alts except for Goldson, my main. I did start Goldson a week earlier, and I did have like a month's worth of the daily treatises, but after that I said it's not worth it. So my main Goldson Taylor Alchemist has a lot more progress, and we'll show you here. Look at this 24,000 knowledge points to go. Let's fucking go. And we achieved this once at a time. Let's have a look at that alchemy. You can see here Goldson TV, he's my main monk. Let's reduce it. Let's go to 100%. Okay, so you can see the numbers here on the row 2. See, it says 109, 110, 111. I've hidden all the previous cells, but you can imagine that's basically where I'm at. So each of my 92 alts has a minimum of 109 knowledge points. And you can see down, we could just scroll down. So this top section here is my first account, and then you got the 2 black lines, 2 black cells to divide the first account, the second account. So the second account, it starts here, and you can see this little square. The square is just it's just a square with a number in it, and that number represents a knowledge point. So each one of these is a knowledge point. So once a week, I've already done it this morning. That's how I got the percentages. So whenever and it's sort of like a guide as well. So it says ominous materials, and then once that's complete, I'll do gleaming transmutagen, and then I'll put points in transmutation, and then finally the last one is alchemical mastery, 50 points. So effectively, it's a bit all over the show. It should be, I should have followed my plan, but I didn't. So you can see how like I've got more points. So on Goldson, I'm at 152 points, which is way more than all my other alts, because you got to consider like all my other alts are probably like around 130, so they're about 20 points short on average, I guess. But this is how I check. And then tailoring, look, so tailoring, all of my tailors have 122 knowledge points each, and you can see because I've just hidden the cells. So, and this one goes all the way up to like 310. You can see here at the end is dawn weave tailoring, dusk weave tailoring, so that they're the ones I cap out the last. So I've changed it up. So you can see here, I've put in points into the perfect loop and textile treasures. So I've put this is the ingenuity tree where I fucked up. I should have put it all in less is more first. I should have put less is more. Like I'm only putting points into less is more at 130, where I should have put points in this fucking first. In hindsight, so in hindsight, I should have put all my 30 points in less is more on fucking day one, to be honest. But I'm doing it at 130 points in on each character. It's fucking ridiculous, but lesson learned. But it doesn't matter. It just means in a couple of weeks, I'll slowly fill out this tree, and then eventually it'll get to the point where they're sort of roughly on par. And then eventually we're just going to keep slowly chipping away, and then, yeah. But just so you can see these two black bars here, if I just reset them, you can see how they've just got numbers. So each one of these, if I put a number in this cell, it adds it up here, and then it totals in these columns here. So you got 7,251. So that's how many boxes I've ticked, essentially. And these numbers get transferred to the overview page. So if I just hide it, because I have it hidden, but then I go to the and you can see here, you can't really see it, but if I reset this column here, you see all the numbers, and so they're all hidden, but these numbers are projected from the other sheets, and then I use those numbers to calculate my progression and percentages and that. So really, each week when I fill out my talents, it automatically calculates. Yeah, but yeah, we'll go back to the presentation, eh? All right, so that was a little bit of an extra bonus there, so you can sort of see how I track it. And I've got a bit of a system going now. So every Tuesday, I'll go through all my alts and just do the accounting, and just so I can get percentages. It's mainly for you guys, so you can see how I'm going, how I'm doing over time. And because we've got data on it, we'll be able to look back in the future and go, oh, this is where it peaked, and then it tailed down, and do some sort of technical analysis. I don't know, but let's look into the new goals. So what do we want to achieve this week? So nothing's changed with obtaining more knowledge points with the patron orders. And craft something profitable using spare concentration. I should just, it's there, but I should just maybe not include it. I don't know. But I want to complete the World Soul weekly quest on all 120 tunes this week. So really, I'm just going to focus on, I'll prioritize the patron orders, and I'll prioritize those. And then once those are done, and I've got downtime while I'm waiting for the next lot to come back up. It takes 4 days. It's not 96 hours. Every 96 hours. They reset, and they reset at the normal reset time for the dailies. That's what I've noticed, and every 4 days. So it reset last night, 11 o'clock, like every time, like the dungeon reset, raid resets, and then it's just plus 4 days, 96 hours. So it's not exactly like a week, so it's 8 days. So that's why each week it's on a different day, and people are like, oh, I can't calculate it, it's hard to calculate it, and it depends when you started the character too. And it's RNG, but once you know the pattern, you know that you can just log in every 4 days to complete your patron orders. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. So I reckon we'll give that a good crack. Why not? We're sort of in cruising mode now. Most of the bulk work's done. So we're just chilling. We're going to slowly make some. Well, let's talk about in the conclusion section, shall we? But really, we're just cruising, man. Like this week, we'll probably unlock some more artisan security, the knowledge, fill it out, and then just chip it away. And then once we've done all our priorities, we'll just do the leveling and just slowly chip away. And sell some shit. We'll see what's going on, see what everyone else is doing, and yeah. So that's the weekly recap, episode 5. Hope you got like something from it. I'm not sure. I really hope over time people can change their mindset to a more longer term mindset. That's really the goal, because you'll find that you just change. Every decision you make, you're like, oh, is that going to be good for me long term? Short term, it's different. But when you think long term, you make better decisions. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow on X for the the Wednesday weigh-in, first episode. Go and have a look at what I fucking ate last week. I tell you what, it was a bloody binge. It was a fucking binge for sure. I said, why not? I'm going to have my last hoorah. Fuck it. And then this week we're gonna start eating a bit more healthier, and we're gonna record all that. So jump over on X if you have not already, and you can follow that journey over there. I'm not gonna chuck it on here because some people don't want to get better. Some people just want to hate on me and they want to watch this. So all the best to you, but just know that when you're not doing something, someone else is doing something. So always remember that. So when you procrastinate, someone else is not procrastinating, and yeah, just be mindful of that. But yeah, Turu, see you later. Alrighty, that's it for the weekly recap. Cheers for sticking to the end. Hope you got something from it. Want more updates? Follow us on X at Goldson_TV. It's all about the journey, and remember, slow and steady always wins the race.